Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm joking, I don't have a mic.
That's actually hilarious.
So, welcome to what I'm going to preemptively call Couch Conversations with our special guest. I don't really know where to start with this. So, welcome to my ramble. I've been really excited about starting some form of long-form content avenue, as I feel it can be hard to add the value that I want to add to a 60-second reel. So ideally I'd like to make this a series of some sort, and what I do every week is I'll pick a topic, I'll give my thoughts on said topic, and hopefully people can find some form of value or engagement in it. I've got a few notes written up on my laptop that I will refer back to when I inevitably lose my place. But today's topic is navigating big life changes. As a little bit of context as to why I wanted to make this episode as the first one, I am currently in the process of moving to a new state and changing jobs. About a year and a half ago, I moved from Tasmania to Melbourne, which was a huge life change, one of the most beneficial things I ever did for myself. I'll always preach change is good, don't fear change. And now it's time for me to move on to the next stage. Over the last year, I've built an incredibly strong foundation. When I moved here, I was struggling, to say the least. Alcohol played a huge part in my life, not a positive part in my life. And although I had this deep-rooted passion for coaching, bodybuilding, nutrition, lifestyle, there was a real weight on my shoulders that weighed me down and made it near impossible for me to reach my full potential. A lot of work has been put in over the last year, and the foundation I've built now, I'm proud of. But the next lesson is to learn how to adapt to changing circumstances and working my routine and foundation into a bit of a storm that is coming. Routine is the backbone of any successful person. I will stand by that. And without routine, I couldn't have stopped drinking. I wouldn't have been able to make the move to Melbourne. And I wouldn't have been able to build the physique that I've built and just improve my overall health. If all else fails, routine, structure. But now, I have to learn and teach myself how to be flexible and adapt that structure to fit a new lifestyle. Currently, I work on a farm, a physical job, not hard to get my steps in, not hard to build up an appetite. And that's Monday to Friday, 7:30 till 4. My routine is built around that. 5:30 every morning, I'm up, walk the dog, hydrate, coffee, cold shower. This routine has set every day up for success for me. And I'm not going to say I don't fault sometimes. but that structure and that routine is there. And now, I'm going to have to adapt to a new working schedule, living in a new house, living with new people. And the way I want to approach this is prioritize the non-negotiables. My routine is full, and it's not realistic for me to think that I'm going to be able to do every single thing over this next couple months. So prioritizing the non-negotiables, the things that benefit me the absolute most, that's the priority. Those things for me: nutrition, always, as it should be for everybody. Exercise, always, as it should be for everybody. They're the easy ones though. Walking the dog, every day. Benefits me, benefits him. Morning cold shower.
Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
This might be more of a personal preference, but for me, the morning cold shower has, I'd go as far as to say, changed my life. The mental fortitude that I've built just getting in that fucking cold shower every morning, I don't want to do it. And look, I can't really speak on the recovery side of a cold shower, but what it does for this, it's more important as far as I'm concerned. Another non-negotiable that is more of a recent addition. I've been listening to a lot of the Crew Mahoney podcast, and he preaches no phone dinner. Put the phone away, be in the moment, eat your meal, be with the people you're with. That's been a huge one for me. And quite frankly, it's helped my sleep routine. At the end of the day, when I really should be reflecting on my day, rather than drowning out the noise, watching a show or whatever it is, that time that I take to reflect while I'm eating my dinner, that's been huge. And that time to reflect, it's not always pleasant. Not every day is fucking good. But it's important to face the realities whether it was a good day or not. I think the most important thing that I've learned, and I would hope to teach other people, is the right time is never going to come. So many people, they wait for change, they wait to improve, they wait to do the hard things for the right opportunity. It will never come. Build your routine in the chaos. Because if you can build a routine in the lowest points, in the most busy parts of your life, nothing is ever going to break that routine. Ever. I also want to talk about the physiological impacts of a big change or high stress situations. We're always talking about how it impacts us mentally, but physically, it's big. And I didn't really notice this for a long time. I carried a lot of inflammation in my body. My training was pretty shit, and I wasn't seeing a whole lot of progress. And this was all through a time when I had an amazing coach. I did a bodybuilding show, and once I removed myself from that stressful environment and built this routine, I kind of found myself a bit more. My physique improved dramatically. Inflammation coming off, just overall gains, bro, like crazy improvement. The improvement that I've made physically, visually, in my physique over the last year astronomical. And I'm not even doing anything training or nutrition wise overly different, but it's the lifestyle I've built around it. It's the removing of unnecessary clutter and stress. It's huge. And when we talk about making big life changes, you're not just moving into the next part of your life. You are shifting your whole identity. The person I was a year and a half ago in Tasmania is not even remotely the person I am now. And I could see in a year's time, after this move and this lifestyle change, the person I'm going to be in a year's time is going to be completely different than the person I am now. And that is good. That's growth. Being present. Present with yourself, present with your loved ones, present with your pets. I spent a lot of time throughout my life physically being present with people, but mentally I was somewhere else. And I can only imagine how hard that would have been on other people. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't carry some form of guilt around for that kind of time I spent on a different fucking planet, really. Practice being present. Journaling. Amazing. Amazing. You don't need to write a book every night. Just write 5 things that happened in your day, good or bad. Write 5 things that pissed you off. Write 5 things that made you happy. Write 1 thing that made you happy. It doesn't matter. It's the reflection. It's the being present. Meditation is another thing I've added into my routine, which I'll be honest, that's not the most set in stone one in my routine, but anytime I do meditate, I feel better. There's no negatives, there's no downside to sitting with yourself. A huge thing I had to learn was, and I think a lot of people have to learn, is learning how to feel. So many people run away from their feelings. And I have done that my entire life, whether it was drinking it away, smoking it away, physically running away from it.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
You know? It took me a long time to heal through these things because I'd let it all compile over years. And then it comes to a point where you have to face it. But you're never going to grow if you don't face these things. If you don't face yourself, if you don't face your environment. Feeling is growth. Don't run away from it. I think I might have glossed over the non-negotiables, but...
You're stupid.
Back to that point. You can't always fit everything in. And you can't beat yourself up for dropping off in certain areas. So again, it's important that we prioritize the most important things. If I had to list my most important things, I'll start with daily routine things. That would be walking the dog, training, nutrition, exercise, cold shower. Reading. 5 minutes of reading a day. Outside of that, outside of me personally, prioritizing your relationships, prioritizing nature. Get out, touch some fucking grass, man. It heals your soul. It does. And we're social creatures. Our relationships, our connections, they are important. That should be a priority for everyone, no matter how independent of a person you are. I'm an incredibly independent person. But we need connection. Prioritize your connections. Family, friends.
Oh, friend! Oh, friend!
Pets. Prioritize your connection. Be present. Now back to a purely physical standpoint. How do we navigate training and nutrition, and especially in a physique sport, through these huge changes where for a physique sport, it's all routine. It's all discipline. The most important thing to remember is we don't need a gym to exercise. Yes, it's ideal. Yes, it would suck to not have a gym. But Crew Mahoney, I love what he says. Anywhere I go, there's a mile. Now, we're in Australia. I don't even know how many kilometers a mile is. I think it's 2.5 maybe. But everywhere you go, there's a kilometer. You can go for a run. You can go for a walk. Drop down and do some push-ups. Do some sit-ups. Yes, it might not be developing a physique on a visual standpoint, but that's not the only thing that matters. Exercise does so much more for you than make you look cool naked. Again, it's up here. The chemical releases in our brain when we just do a few fucking push-ups or go for a walk and breathe the outside air and touch some fucking grass. That is healing. Physically, mentally, and there is never an excuse not to do something physical every day. Never an excuse. Some days it might only be 5 minutes. You might do 2 minutes on an exercise bike. You might do 10 push-ups. You might go for a 10-minute walk. It doesn't matter. You did something. And you should be proud of yourself for doing something. And it's important to remember that progress isn't linear. There's no straight lines. Everything's a hilly, winding, dirt back road. There's never a straight path forward. And people who expect there to be a straight path forward are going to get a pretty rude shock. Because it doesn't exist. Life, even if all our paths are planned out, they're not straight paths. That's the reality of it. So, I believe it is incredibly important to give yourself grace and forgiveness, and as long as you are trying your absolute best, everything else can fall away. But I also know a lot of people who use "I'm trying my best" as an excuse, their best. They actually mean they're doing the bare minimum. Doing your best doesn't look easy. It's never going to be easy. Doing your best is doing the hard things. And again, it doesn't. You don't have to have a perfect routine every day. One hard thing: get in that cold shower for a minute. Do 10 push-ups. Hell, make your bed every morning. Do the dishes. It doesn't need to be a big thing. Start small. Start very small. Everyone watching this, just start making your bed every morning. One thing takes 2 minutes. Start with that one thing. And personally, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared. I think we all want to put on this perfect straight face all the time. And especially for someone in my position where I make fitness content and motivational videos, and it's hard sometimes to show the vulnerability and show that I'm not fucking perfect, right? I'm still learning, just as everyone else is. I'm learning too. And just as moving from Tasmania to Melbourne, moving from here to where I'm going next, it's scary as shit. It is fucking terrifying. I'm so blessed to have such amazing people in my life who support me endlessly in all of my endeavors. And, you know, fuck it, I'll give myself props. I've built an amazing community of people. But it's still scary. Starting a new job. Who's not scared of starting a new job? And this new job I'm starting, I've never done anything like it. It's not my dream job by any means, but this is my dream job. But it's going to give me the opportunity to invest back into myself and into my career. Sometimes it's hard to keep your head on straight. And I tell you what, I think about this move, I think about the sacrifices I'm making and the people I'm leaving behind, and it consumes you. It consumes me. It's hard to look past the negatives. But if you can stop and reflect and be present and remember how fucking blessed you are for the things you do have, the people you do have, the roof over your head, the food in your stomach, life's pretty fucking good. And I am in a blessed position to be able to make the choice to make hard choices. Some people don't have that. Some people live the hard choices and there's no other option for them. But for me, I have the choice to make the hard choices and to make the sacrifices to improve my life. And I'm sure as shit gonna take those opportunities. I'd be doing myself and everyone else a disservice if I didn't. And that's how I feel. So, after my ramble, to summarize how I navigate and how I would recommend to navigate big life changes. First and foremost, do it.
Just do it!
Don't shy away from it. It's so much easier not to do it, but it's so much more fruitful to do it. Secondly, prioritization. Prioritize the things that are most important to you. The relationships you have, the routine you have, the things that are non-negotiable, the things that you know better your life and better yourself as a person. Third point, what do we got? Do it.
Do it.
Prioritization. Presence. Be present. As much as you can. Be present. With yourself, with the people around you, and with you. Yes. As for the future, I'm excited. I'm scared, but I'm excited. I've built something, and I'm proud of what I've built. And I'm going to continue to build that. As for the future of this podcast, or whatever I want to call this, first step is posting this. I know I'm going to watch this back and I'm probably going to be like, oh, it's not good, it's not perfect. Nothing fucking is. This is something I'm passionate about, something I want to do. So I'm going to do it. This video will be posted for people to see. And whether people watch it or not, doesn't matter. So I'm doing this for me, and I hope that I can add value to you. What I'd like to do is a fortnightly long-form video podcast like this. I have some amazing friends who
friend.
have so much value to offer in their words, who are keen to do this with me too. Hopefully over the next few months we see some improvement in camera quality and microphones and things like that, but this is a starting point, and I'm excited to see where I can take this. And if you're more of a short form kind of person, I'm sure everyone who would be watching this is coming from my short form content anyway, but I'll link back to my Instagram and TikTok and all that fun stuff. And yeah, I'm excited for what's to come. I'm excited to expand upon this, involve some more people, and add more value, and show a little bit more of myself too. My personality, my story, and hopefully convince you why you should be listening to this guy ramble on. And who knows, maybe if I've got the cat in the video, they'll bump up the views. She's a little cuter than me. Just to close out, I've been reading Meditations, Marcus Aurelius. I'm just gonna open this and flick through. I'm gonna find a passage that I like, and that is how we're gonna close this one out. Oh, this is perfect. Do not imagine that if something is hard for you to achieve, it is therefore impossible for any man. But rather consider anything that is humanly possible and appropriate to lie within your own reach too.